Hello, I'm Tyler Pearson, and this is my Week 6 assignment for my public speaking class with Grantham University. Like I mentioned in my Week 1 assignment, I am from Minnesota, and Minnesota is considered the land of over 10,000 lakes. When it gets below 32 degrees, that is when ice is starting to make and lakes freeze over, so land of over 10,000 frozen lakes. I've been to multiple different states and countries, and when I tell them that I enjoy to go ice fishing in the middle of a lake and drive a vehicle out there, they're absolutely shocked just because they're not used to it. So that's why I decided to uh, have my informative speech be on ice fishing equipment, since I don't have enough time to go more in depth and have a couple stories with there. But I'll get to it. Ice fishing is usually starts at the end of December, ends on February 28th. It kind of permits on how thick the ice is. Less than 2 inches, the Minnesota DNR says to stay off the ice. 2 or 4 inches and above of ice, they say you can ice fish, but be mindful of open water and possibly in the middle of a lake. 5 inches and above, you can drive a four-wheeler or snowmobile out there, any kind of ATV. 8 to 12 inches, a car can go out on the ice, and 12 to 15, a medium truck can drive out there. Which I've done many times. It might be a shocker to a lot of you, but it's a pretty common thing up here. Some basic equipment, you can go from the cheapest basics all the way to whatever your heart desires and what money can buy. But one of the most important things is a shelter. You can go out there in a bucket, but one of things that I have that I like to ice fish with is my my pullover, which is a sled with a canvas and poles that flip over me, and then I extend the rods, which make a shelter. It's really quick and painless. They have um, different similar options. They have a suitcase kind, which open up like a suitcase, and essentially the same concept, with the extending poles and rods to form a shelter. They have permanent ones that you can make and get registered to be able to keep out there on the ice through Minnesota. And they also have all the way to full campers, even a fifth wheel. You can pull behind a truck out there and lower it either hydraulically or electrically, and sits flush with the ice. And they're pretty fancy, but that's what money can buy you. You're gonna want a heater out there. Like I said, it's pretty cold. I mean, you're sitting on ice. So a heater that I have is a Mr. Buddy heater. It runs off propane, a little bottle like this, which also my auger does. You can also hook it heaters up to a larger propane tank, such that you'd use for grilling. You can hook it up to a sunflower heater, and there's also multiple different other kinds of heaters out there, but you're definitely going to want that. To be able to catch fish, you're going to need a rod and reel. This is mine. This is a lighter one. It is extremely light because I usually just catch panfish. I don't try to go anything big, but they go from light, medium, to heavy. Obviously, a bigger fish. I can see little nibbles on here. There's other equipment such as bobbers, weights. I don't know if you can see that. That helps the lure go down. There's multiple different kinds of lures. Obviously, the bigger lure, the bigger fish you're going to catch. Same with bait. There's that one glows. Glows are red. Different colors might attract fish better. They have every color underneath the sun, and different. It can either sparkle, different shapes, different hook size. Some make noise. That goes into bait. You can use fake bait on certain lures. You can use just bait. Something I like to use is wax worms or minnows. Obviously, the bigger bait, the bigger fish. But obviously, if you want to catch smaller fish, you don't want nothing too big. They also have artificial bait, which is starting to come around and actually be pretty nice and have a scent as same as bait. A lantern, you're going to want a lantern to be able to at least see what you're doing, also glow your lures. Some random tools, you can either have a Leatherman out there. I like to have a set of pliers to be able to get lures out of fish's mouth. A fish locator. I have a Markham sonar, which shows me where the bottom of the lake is, my depth, what kind of bottom it is. It shows me the size of the fish and their movement in a 5-foot cone range down. They have different kinds as well that even go to a camera, which you lower to the bottom of the lake, and you can watch fish swim. That is not a necessity, but it's nice to have to keep you entertained and kind of see what you're doing down there and at least see that there's fish there. That kind of helps with the catch. My auger, like I said, runs off the same propane. There's different types of augers out there. There's hand augers that you can drill. There's 2-stroke, 4-stroke, and even electric. They have different sizes. You can go from 4, 6, 8 to 10 inch augers. Obviously, if you want a bigger hole, you're gonna need a bigger engine. It essentially drills a hole into the ice so you can get your rod and reel down there. You're gonna want a scoop, shovel to be able to clear snow, ice, and scoop out your hole, and 5-gallon buckets. 5-gallon buckets you can have many uses for. Either put your fish in there, carry equipment around, fill it with garbage, slush from the ice hole, and just multiple different uses. A utility vehicle, you can use that to pull your ice house out there, other equipment. Like I said, just make sure it's over 5 inches. And warm clothes. It does get cold. Your body eventually does adjust a little bit better, but it still keeps getting colder. I mean, it gets even negative 32 real feel if you're up to going out at that temperature, but dress in layers, and once you get your heater going inside, you can start getting a little more comfortable taking off layers. Kind of a running joke is beer. If you don't catch a fish, at least you caught a buzz. That's kind of the little ice fishing joke. That's not a necessity either, but definitely helps time go by and makes it a little more fun. Those are the basic things that you can have as you ice fish. There's a lot more that go into it, some fancy stuff, and some of the basic necessities. I hope some of the information I gave you a little bit better idea of what ice fishing can be like and what you can get into, and see different side of up north. So ice fishing, it's a great sport, it's adrenaline rush, and it's good tasting. So hope you enjoy the video. Thank you.